Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 14. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So you guys, we are right in the middle of a thunderstorm here. So if you hear any loud crashes, it's just the thunder and lightning outside. So the episode starts off with Kevin and Tiffany, and instantly I roll my eyes. I said, oh my gosh, this little man, Tiny Tim, he is driving me crazy. So as soon as he walks in, he finds the note and the panties that Tiffany left him. When she realized he had another woman's panties in his drawer, and she's just disgusted by it. So she leaves a note and his keys. The first thing he does is try to switch it up, turn it around. Oh, this woman, she's putting him through it. Oh, he tries to open his place up to her. He tries to prove himself to her. Oh, he's just putting himself out. Boy, get the entire hell out of here. This just reads storyline, and I am so over it. Later in the episode, we have Kayla who shows up, and she wants to talk to him about Tiffany, and she's talking about she doesn't understand it. What is it about Tiffany that's so great? She says that she has a job, she has a good car, she takes care of Kevin, she takes him out, she wines and dines him, she buys him presents. That's the problem, honey. That is the problem. You have no self-esteem. You, as a young woman with a job and a car, you should be going on about your business finding someone else. Raise up your expectations and get yourself some self-esteem. Kevin is not it. So, Tiffany confronts him about these random underwear. And what does he do? He throws them back in his drawer. You know exactly who those underwear belong to. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, they do belong to Kayla. I really would love it for Tiffany and Kayla to just find some self-respect. Kevin is fooling around playing both of you. And I bet that you guys are having unprotected sex, which is really gross and way too much. Way too damn much. Leave him alone because it's embarrassing. And the producers asked Kevin whose panties those were. He acted like he couldn't answer. Boy, go on somewhere. We know that they're Kayla's. And then when Kayla asked him about the Tinder account that he has with Tiffany, he goes and says that he's not having sex with Tiffany. Who believes that? You set up an entire Tinder account with Tiffany to find a third woman for the relationship, and you want Kayla to believe that you are not having the sex with Tiffany. Okay. Kevin is gaslighting the hell out of these ladies. Kayla comes off as crazy, but she is just truly in her feelings. I have not forgotten that she likes to throw the N-word around, so I'm not here for Kayla, period. It's not all right. You are not allowed to say that. But the fact that she knows that he's lying, she knows that he's cheating, and she knows that he's sleeping with other people, and she continues to stay. Her and Tiffany both deserve better than this. Walk away from Tiny Tim. Because Kevin likes mess. He loves the messiness. He likes the fact that these ladies are upset over him and that they'll possibly fight for his love. He is too old, too tiny, and too broke to act like this, in my opinion. I'm just saying. And the fact that Kayla was talking about all the things that she does and has, why are you being bothered with him? Why are you wasting energy with this guy? Stop following him, stop calling him, stop showing up at his house, and get off of Tinder. Tiffany needs to move on as well. And you know what? Is it me, or has anybody else noticed that Kayla and Kevin have black scents? I just want them to know that that needs to stop ASAP. Get down in the comments and let me know if you've noticed these black scents. I'm not here for it. Deontay and Lindsey. So we're back with Deontay being just as insecure as always. Blaine tells him on his way out the door it's nice to meet him. Deontay says, yeah, bro, and heads out the door. He is so jealous. Blaine ends up buying Lindsey a pair of boots. Deontay's got an attitude about that. Then he tells Lindsey She should be happy that he's insecure about her relationship with Blaine, because that means that he cares about her. No, that means that you need some therapy. You need therapy, Deontay. This relationship is not what you need. You have got to stop dating women from prison. They are light years ahead of you when it comes to street smarts. Deontay has a real big heart, but boy, you are out of your damn mind. The first thing Lindsey says when she gets in the car is that she needs him to go bail her friend out. What? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, when he has some reservations about bailing her friend out, she says, well, what's the problem? What's the problem? You don't like people like me who have had drug addictions and who are criminals? Buddy, clearly he doesn't have a problem with people who have drug addictions and who are criminals, because we've seen you and Nicole. This is not his life. He doesn't hang around the criminal element. That's not Deontay's life. Anyway, she lets him know that she's got these warrants out for her arrest. He is flipping out. He wants to know, is she on the run? Does he have somebody on the run in the car with him? He goes to try to bail her friend out. He's having a tantrum in the car, trying to figure out what wrong turn did he take to bring his life to the county jail, trying to bail out somebody that he doesn't even know. He says, what'll happen if I get him in my car and then all of a sudden he carjacks me? This is not the life that Deontay is set out for. It really isn't. When he finds out he can't bail her friend out because her friend has warrants in other counties as well, as soon as he bailed him out for $789, they were just going to rearrest him and throw him in another jail. So it didn't make any sense. But then him and Lindsey are pulling off to go to this Airbnb that he's rented, where he says he's about to knock it out the frame. Okay. Well, it has to be better than that plastic Nicole. But anyway, a police officer turns on their lights and sirens and the show ends. So I don't know if it was just a cop driving by or if they are about to get pulled over. All I know is she told Deontay, do not tell them her name and do not consent to a search of the car. Now, I'm wondering why he didn't mention, why can't they search the car? Did you just put something in my car? I need to know. I mean, those are questions that I would ask. I'm just saying. All I can say is Lindsey is a champ when it comes to manipulation, and Deontay is easy to manipulate. So this is about to be a really bad position that he has put himself in. I'm telling you right now, if Deontay had his mama with him, as soon as Lindsey said, did I tell you that I had warrants? His mom would say, stop the damn bus. I'm just saying, stop the damn bus. Deontay, where is your mama? Where is Derek? Love After Lockup people, we need Deontay's mama. I think the thing that really throws me about Deontay is the fact that he is a former Marine. He's got a job, his own place, his own car, no children. He's in his early 30s. Buddy, you are a catch to somebody. Why Lindsey? Why Nicole? Why do you aim so low? Anyway, I'm wishing him the very best. However, I really do think he could use some therapy. Get some help. Your mental health is off. Puppy and Amber. Well, when we see Puppy and Eric, they're getting out the car at this divorce attorney's office. And the first thing I say is, what the hell do they have on? What is going on? Please give this man back his jacket and go on about your business. Listen, they're in here talking to this divorce attorney, and what I get from this is, one, Puppy loves him way more than he loves her. Two, Eric is not ready to let go of his wife, soon to be ex-wife Heather. I don't think it's the other way around. I think that Eric continues to tell Puppy that it's Heather that doesn't want to let go, but I think it's Eric that doesn't want to let go. I just don't think this relationship is what she thought it was. He was not able to tell her that he wasn't in love with Heather. I think that he loves Heather very much, and that the reason he did not pursue this divorce sooner, and the only reason he's pursuing this divorce is because of Puppy, is in the back of his mind, he thought Heather is going to forgive him and take him back. And one thing I can say, and I can say this out of experience, and one day I'm going to give a story time about it. From the bottom of my heart, puppy, you do not want to be number two. That's exactly what you are. You are not the one, you are the two, and you will remain the two as long as he is still in this relationship with Heather. I think you should actually be seeking some therapy. You need some help. You need to learn to love yourself, because you are clearly not going to get that love from Eric. And Amber, even though she loves you, she doesn't love you in the way that you love her. And this is what's so sad about it. Even later in the episode, when she went and spent some time with her mother, she told her mom up front, he doesn't love her the way she loves him. Eric is not good for you in any way. Puppy, you are a grown woman now, and it's time for you to stop saying, I don't know. I don't know. Every question, every aspect of your life is, I don't know. I don't know. Well, what we do know is that you're going to be on probation for at least 16 years. You have a mother who has got health problems. You need some therapy, and you could help your mother at home. You have got to let go of Eric. Let go of Eric. Let go of alcohol. Just think about yourself and your mother. Also, when they were in the lawyer's office, she said that her and Eric have been together for 2 years. Eric says that he's only been separated for 1.5 years. So she's sitting there dumbfounded, thinking, what? So for 6 months of our relationship, you were still with Heather? Listen, puppy is being played. Then we meet TC, who is Amber's new boyfriend. Turns out this dude has no criminal record, and he doesn't use drugs. He seems like a nice man. Amber seems really happy when he's around. He's planning a future for the two of them. He says that he could see himself marrying her, them retiring to a ranch, having children, and she said she never really thought about having kids until now. So I like TC for her. We'll see what happens with that, but I believe that puppy deserves so much better. She really needs to concentrate on her health, her well-being, her education, and her mother's health and well-being. I'm wishing the best for you, puppy. Destiny, Sean, Sarah, and Kelly. So, God, Destiny has decided that she's going to show up and interrupt Sean's wedding, number one. Number two, she has also decided that Sean owes her $50,000. I don't know where she got this number from. She tried to break it down, talking about he owed her $25,000 for a car. He owed her $10,000 for a ring. And he owes her for the clothes that she left at his house. Remember, she's the one who packed up and left with his car. Nothing that she had that was worth $15,000. Ma'am, the man doesn't owe you shit. She even threatened to kill the man on TV. I said, girl, you and your criminal record, you don't want to be making threats, especially not on live TV. Then Kelly shows up, but Kelly brings Grace, her daughter, who is a grown-up now. And she also brings a friend of hers, AJ. Now, she says the reason that she came was because Grace wanted her there to support her, and because she wanted to talk to Sarah to warn her about Sean. All right, now listen. Everybody knows I'm Team Kelly. But I don't think she needs to talk to Sarah to warn Sarah about anything. Sarah is a grown woman who has decided to make this miserable choice of marrying Sean. Allow her to marry him and experience everything firsthand. She doesn't need any warnings from Kelly. I don't think that Kelly wants Sean back. What she wants is her child support. Now, I did see a lot of people online talking about her kids are grown, and that is not true. I think that Kelly has maybe 2 or 3 of the kids are considered adults, but I think the last 3 are still juveniles. So, according to what I have seen online, Sean has been somewhat of a deadbeat for the last 10 years. I can understand Grace and what she said. Sean has not been there for her or the rest of those kids. And now all of a sudden, out of the blue, he has found yet another prisoner that they don't know, that he has decided to up and get engaged to and now marry and have a baby with. You know, AJ, which I don't know this guy, he makes the comment that Sarah can't be worse than Destiny. And it's true. You know, even though I'm not always 100% behind Sarah, Sarah is a lot easier to deal with, a lot easier to take than Destiny. You know, I think the problem I have with Destiny is this lady is carrying another man's baby, and she is requesting money from Sean as if he owes her something, as if she has given him something and he never paid the full price. Girl, get yourself a damn job and a life. My thing is this: if anybody owes you money, it's your estranged husband. It's your baby daddy. You know, the producers asked her, was it a possibility at all that Sean could be the father of this baby? And she said, no response. Girl, quit playing with us. We know that that is not Sean's baby. I think also Kelly is there and angry and wants to confront Sean about him being willing to share all of his time and all of his money with everyone other than his children. I think that's Kelly's problem with Sean. You know, I did feel for Grace. When they played the flashbacks and everything, it just confirmed Sean was not a really good father to his kids. Also, WeTV, listen, stop showing Sean naked all the time. I have only been blessed with one pair of eyes, and I'd like to keep them. These are my good eyes. I'm tired of seeing Sean naked. Stop this. At the end of the episode, you see Kelly at the same hotel as Sean. Destiny is at the same hotel. Listen, you telling me that the producers didn't put all three of them up at that same hotel? Destiny knocking on the door and Sean opens the door. Listen, this is about to be a mess. She says she wants to give him an opportunity before the wedding to pay up and give her money. What money does she think Sean has? Where is he supposed to get this money? Girl, you need to go home and find Jason, your estranged husband. Taylor and Chance. It's Easter time, and Taylor has decided to introduce Chance to her father and her father's wife. And Chance decides to dress up in an Easter bunny costume. So Chance is a complete jackass. He says that he wants to make a good impression on her father. So when her father asks him what he does for a living, he says he's a part-time sex machine, a full-time sex slave. What father wants to hear that bullshit? I thought that was so disgusting. And as a parent, if somebody said that to me about my daughter, there's no way that I wouldn't whoop somebody's ass. Don't talk about my child like that. That's just gross. And then on top of all that, you are a felon who just spent 8 years in jail for bank robbery. Come on. But then he tells the man that he was on drugs also, but he found out that he's allergic to drugs. Every time he takes drugs, he wakes up in handcuffs. So he doesn't do drugs anymore. Can you imagine meeting somebody who's dating your daughter and they start off like this? But then I realized Bobby and Taylor's dad ain't shit. Okay? This man is a negative person. Now, I do realize that if you are a parent of a child who continues to use drugs and continues to go through different trauma with this child, at some point you have to have tough love. But this didn't feel like tough love. This just felt like full-on negative, full-on hate. This dude tells Chance, of all people, him and Taylor will never have a good relationship if they don't throw Bobby out. I have never heard a parent say that about a child. Throw him out, or you're never going to have a good relationship. We find out that at one point, Taylor let Bobby move in with her, and then after that, her dad and his wife ended up living with them. He gets upset with Bobby and calls the police and fakes like she needs a welfare check in the hopes that she will have a warrant out for her arrest and she gets arrested. But she didn't. Taylor got pissed off by that, so she packed up him and his wife's stuff and threw them out. I'm thinking maybe he wanted to get rid of Bobby because he wanted Bobby's bedroom. I have no idea, but her dad comes off as a true jackass. Just watching that, I said, oh, wow, Taylor's dad really ain't shit. And neither is that wife of his. Watching her interaction with her father and how he reacted, I absolutely can see why she ended up with Chance. They are toxic as hell. Chance then comes home with a brand new truck and a $550 payment. You know, he gets this truck, but he also gets $3,000 rims on the truck and tells her it's $275 a week if you add up the cost of the rims, the cost of the truck, and the insurance. I don't know how many red flags Taylor needs, but I'm telling you right now, when this dude breaks your heart, he's also going to F up your credits. I can just imagine the interest rate on that truck and the interest rate on those rims. His interest rate is probably 18%. Then he's telling her, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, because she knows how credit works. He's talking about, oh, I'm going to buy us a new house. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And she says, why don't we just use the money to fix this house up instead of creating more debt? She says, you're going to keep going out here making purchases and making financial decisions for us without talking to me, and we're going to end up in a pile of debt. He tells her he's going to take her to the top. Dude, you just got out of prison, and you went to prison for robbing a bank. You went out and bought this truck that you know you can't afford. It's just too crazy to me. You know, she says they should fix up the house. I'm wondering why they can't roll up to the Dollar Tree to get some cleaning supplies so they could at least clean up the house. I mean, clean the shit up. Every episode, I'm looking at her house like this place is a dump. Just, you know, a little Windex, a little bleach, a little Comet, a little spick and span. You know, all of that can be purchased at the Dollar Tree. And Taylor, you better watch. This man is setting you up. I think that he is going to try to get everything that he needs for himself, and then he's going to up and leave her with these 3 kids and a mountain of debt. She tells him, we can't really afford all of this stuff. She said, Bobby is not here and we don't have a babysitter. He says, oh, $150 to take care of a babysitter. No, it won't. No, it won't. My son is in college now, but when he was in daycare, it cost me $250 a week. Are you kidding me? $150 is not going to make it for 3 kids. Get the hell out of here, Chance. And Taylor, grow the hell up. You need to kick Chance out, get Bobby into a rehab, and try to do the best you can with your little girls. These little girls are going to need therapy after dealing with your daddy and his wife, Bobby and all of her damn overdoses, and Chance and his nasty con man having ass. I'm just saying, girl, listen, this whole family is a toxic mess. Get the girls some therapy and get yourself some as well. I'm just saying. Woo! I am negative as hell this review. Sorry, peeps. Chaz and Brynn. Well, honey, listen. Chaz is so horny. He is just lame as hell. She has thrown him in the backseat of the car and have taken him to a real inexpensive strip club. And you know what? Between her voice and his voice, I just turned the captions on and turned my TV down. It's just too much. And she is clearly, in my opinion, high as hell. All of that baby talk voice and then the dragging of the conversation, it's too much. Brynn is doing everything she can to keep Chaz off of her ass, okay? Chaz thinks that maybe she'll get excited to see me excited and he'll finally get the sex. No, she is trying to get you drunk, trying to get you a lap dance, and just trying to bide time. She says if we spend as much time as we can at this bar, there won't be enough time for me to go back to the cabin with him because of my curfew. She is trying so hard to stay the hell away from Chaz. And I don't know why he is such an idiot that he does not see it. She does not want to be bothered with you. Even one of her friends, one of the 3 witches of Portland, Jessica, pulls him to the side and she says, Chaz, I don't think she wants to go back to Kentucky. What is going to happen when you tell her that you want her to go back to Kentucky and she says she doesn't? He says that their marriage won't last. She tells him, Chaz, I think you're going to get hurt in the end. How much more clear could she be? How much clearer could she be? On the ride home, between all the I love you babies and I understand baby, baby. I mean, oh God, both of them it just irritates me. It's so cringy. But anyway, he is doing everything he can to try to convince her that the next day she should come over to the cabin so that they can have some private alone time. And she's, oh, I'm so stressed out of my anxiety. Oh my gosh, my big toe hurts. Oh my gosh, my little pinky finger is on the fritz. Oh my gosh, I've got homework. I got my probation. I got this going on, my anxiety. Oh my goodness. I mean, seriously. So finally, Chaz says that he's starting to get some red flags. I mean, she jumped out of that car so fast, you would have thought it was Speedy Gonzalez. She opened up the door as soon as the car stopped at the apartment, and Chaz leaned over for a nasty kiss, and then she jumps out. He's still in mid-conversation pretty much when she shuts the door. He says that he can't leave Portland until he finds out for sure if he still has a wife and if she's coming to Kentucky. And we already know that current day, he has already filed for divorce. She is not trying to be with him. It's ridiculous. Every time that there may be a chance that she's going to have the sex with him, all of a sudden she is crippled by anxiety. She is doing everything she can do not to consummate this marriage, which makes this should be a very easy, simple divorce. This should be an annulment. I just hate this because she has every excuse in the book. Instead of just being a woman, put your big girl panties on and tell him, Chaz, this is not going to work. I am not sexually attracted to you. Let's just move on. And Chaz knows this. Deep down in his heart, he knows this woman does not want you. Move on with your life, Chaz. Anyway, you guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.